Hi, I've just, decided, got an idea for a series where maybe, I build a deck and then maybe I even played in League, but I'm on a current League run, so maybe you'll see gameplay of this deck later. But for now, I just want to build it, and I actually don't really have a premise for the deck, so I don't know. Let me look for some cards, like maybe see if there are any good like conjure cards that are interesting. Like, I feel like, okay, wait, what's, hey, that's my promo. So here's story time, and Meadow Songstress is actually interesting with, no, that doesn't work. I think I might want to try something with Wandering Souls. This is interesting. Okay, Warden of the Dead actually seems really interesting too. So I might go look, might try and build something with Warden of the Dead. Problem is it's 4 mana. Like, that's the main thing. And it's also hard to just get a bunch of Warden of the Deads into your deck, right? So, maybe not. Let me try something with Wandering Souls. Maybe kind of a Jeskai script shell. So the first thing is, obviously, we gotta put in our stuff. The main thing is Spirit Script. That's the script thing, that's what we're built around. And then just another card that's really nice in the script shell that is actually pretty new is Unlicensed Replication. And I think it's also worth it to include Unraveling. Just maybe as a 2-of. Card named. Let's see if we have anything else that triggers off stuff named in your graveyard. Don't just want to build like, your classic scripts deck because I'm trying to do something else. Competing design, probably not worth it. It sounds spooky, the wind there. Okay, Overcharge, Sea Cash. We've thinned the veil, that's really not worth it. We have Unrelenting, Unsuspecting, all of this kind of thing. Okay, I think this is probably what we want for the script shell. And then you also have, I think we can also go for like more of a tempo shell. So we can also go for Mina, the Jeweled Minnow, and we have, oh shoot, Wandering Souls should also go in. See, but now this is going more towards my kind of Mina tempo, and I don't really want to do that, so I'm gonna try and go for more of an instant speed deck. And obviously something you have to have in script decks is easy ways to discard it, right? So you crave salvage. I think I'll go up on Unraveling just as more interaction. Maybe even put in like a Forbiddance. Actually no, probably not. Spell Pierce seems pretty good. And all these ones do make me want to bring in Mina, put in Mina. Or maybe if I add more instants, like if I go for a Fiery Erasure, or I guess Fire Bloom might be better. Oh. Next is Ping League, but Fire Bloom isn't on Dread Rise. I guess I'll just put in Fiery Erasure and change it to Fire Bloom, but Fiery Erasure. Did I spell this wrong or something? Erasure. Okay, I guess, yeah, it's like that. You'll like Fiery Erasure, then you can bring in Mina, but, I think then you might want something like, you might even run, no, you can't run Mabel because you really want Against the Waves as your shell, right? So maybe even something like Garth, actually. You run Garth in your sideboard as a first mate, and then you can also kind of make it like Zerat, maybe? You can play like Zscriptide. Actually seems really interesting, and then Against the Waves, might actually get... I think I actually cut against the waves, as weird as it seems. You cut against the waves, right? Then you also run Fiery Erasure, right? You go for Fiery Erasure. Out of body experience. And then I think, yeah, what's it called? Fiery Burst. This one also is good. You can run 3 in the main deck, and then you also might want to run like Gift. Okay, now we've gotten to the point where you should just put lands. So I think I can cut 1 out of body experience for Gift of the Phoenix. So this is pretty different from the other Zscriptide cells we were seeing before, being Wandering Souls and Scripts. But you can see how, like, if you have this idea for a deck, you can build it pretty quickly in MSEM, just because of how many tools we have. So here, I think we go for a pretty basic mana base, like Frank Karsten. We're going to want 18 white sources for Wandering Souls, so that's going to be pretty hard, since we're only running 20 lands. So I think running like 16 white sources is reasonable. So an easy one is Nebula of Empty Gold. This land is just so versatile. It's kind of ridiculous. And then easy things from here is Magmatic Torrent. Oh, wait, what's the red-white shock fetch called? I forget the name. Let's see. Okay, Sunlight Highland. We play 4 of those. Then we go Crystal Cavern. Go 2 Crystal Caverns. Sedate Tundra, I believe, is the White Plague land. Go for 2 of those. Then Forgotten Step. We can also run 2 of those. Or I guess I'll cut down on 1 Sedate Tundra. Yeah, mostly. Okay, actually I'll cut down on... Yeah, so cutting down on Sedate Tundra seems reasonable. Island. Mountain. Plains. Almost type swamp there. And then what else do you want to run? You probably want to run kind of... What other stuff do you want to run? Probably Soul Pierce is worth running in the sideboard. So I think 3 is reasonable. You run 3 Soul Pierce. Imperial Claim is also a big one. I think I just go for 4 of these in the sideboard. Oh, it went into the main deck for some reason. There's also Metal Munch. Actually, I think it might be worth it to run Dispersive Volley instead over Metal Munch. We go 2 Dispersive Volley, cut down on 1 Imperial Claim, and then go for... Do I just go for 4 readouts here? I think I'll go for 3 readouts, 1 Seal Driftway. Maybe 2 of each. So we have the Mass Grave Hate and also Specific Grave Hate, right? This seems pretty good. And then Garth is just that kind of threat you have along with Zerat. You have Fiery Burst, you have Wandering Souls, you have Unraveling as another like counterspell control piece with scripts. This actually seems like a pretty good deck. I'll call this Jeskai. I don't know what I'll call this. I guess I'll call it Jeskai Zscriptide. Jeskai Zscriptide. I don't know. Condense it as much as possible. There, that's the deck. This deck is obviously not tuned at all. I just built this in 10 minutes. But, like, it really shows how much tools MSEM has so that you can build this kind of deck quick without... Like, I've only been playing this format for, wow, already 4 months. Well, 4.5 months. I joined in April, and it's now September. I joined late April, and it's now September. So I've been playing this format for, 4.5 months. It's wild to me that it's been so long. It feels like just yesterday I got into this. But it's just amazing that you have this kind of format that might seem so daunting at first. And then you realize it's really not. You can just, search up Oracle text. Like, there are so many cards I've seen, like, I've never heard of or seen before. And then someone just plays them, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that was part of a combo deck like 3 years ago. It's kind of crazy.